Testing 1, 2, 3. Ayo, what happened? No need to hide lah, what are you doing? Why are you running around? I'm playing catching. You have to have a look at this. This kind of layout is considered like a rare breed. Today we're at Holland, and as I was coming here, I was just trying to think about what will be the main audience that will fall in love with this duplex penthouse right here in Urban Edge Holland. Why penthouse lovers are always hunting for duplexes, and not only do you have one roof terraces, you have two of them, and the other one is actually located right within your master ensuite. A quick appreciation of the pricing right here. This is definitely something that I will categorize into the undervalue range in terms of PSF, because right now this is doing at about $1,883 per square foot. Freehold status, TOP in 2007. Baltic project, when you look at Van Holland, this is already transacted at $3,000 per square foot. Right across us, Mera Saga, a 32 years old 99s property, and that is already doing at $1,900 per square foot. This property right here, $3,000 odd per square foot. You get a 3+ study, you have to go in at about $5 million. To get a 4 beta, that's already transacting at about $6 odd million. And once we understand a little bit about the pricing right here, I'm going to share with you later why this project right here is still at $1,800+ per square foot. Why is there such a huge disparity gap with what is happening around us? And this is the same price as a 99s property. So what is going to happen in 5 years' time, assuming that you were to be one of the owner owning this penthouse? So first up, what can we do with the roof terrace is that I'm going to flush it with carpet grass and decking. This is a place for you to utilize as an outdoor area just right from the entryway of your master. So if you were to come in here, maybe you'll be asking me, hey Melvin, that seems a little bit like there's some road noise going on right there. Definitely if you want to live in a Holland Road region, but in terms of the sound, this is actually what going to hear, because you don't hear much once you come in and you close up all your panels. And secondly is that it's also single load in fashion. If you notice, there's no neighbors behind us, so you get that privacy that you're looking at. But for this particular corner stack, because we're at stack number 7, this is the largest unit right here. When the architect and developer was constructing Urban Edge, they want to give the biggest unit, which is at 2325 square feet, the best stack location possible, and thus this stack is being planted as a corner stack right here. I want to bring you towards this roof terrace first, because this is a little bit unique. No need to hide lah, what are you doing? Oh my god, fantastic. This is actually what is happening here. All penthouses, you will definitely go through that door. That's towards the maintenance area. You need to have a secondary exit for all your penthouse. You have an awning here. I think when you buy this place, bare minimum, based on my experience and calculation, is that you need to come up with probably about $100,000. You can do this up to be a fantastic place. I think this can be like an outdoor storage zoning, because nowadays you can actually buy those kind of outdoor storage boxes. They're made of plastic, very durable, rain or shine. Flush it across here. If you put in like automated awning, keep it permanently open. You can even store your bikes right here. And I think with a little bit of creativity, not only can this be a store, this can be like a mini inflatable pool zone for your kids to enjoy, and then they can come into your ensuite to immediately bathe. This is a place for your kids to really enjoy whatever water gun, super soaker that they want to have. Maybe you'll be asking me, hey Melvin, why is it that there is a second roof terrace that is having the entryway right from your ensuite? If you want level 2 by yourself, sometimes in terms of the layout and architecture of the Baltic project and the building, you get pop-out of roof terrace spaces like this. But I think the important point is that what can you do with it the moment you own it? In terms of this design, out of the 8 penthouse, 7 of them are the 3 beta penthouse, and they are below 2,000 square feet. This is the only one that bursts through the 2,000 square feet size ceiling, and you have 2 huge bedrooms, and one is en suite and the study room that's downstairs. So you have like a huge livable zoning right downstairs, even with a ceiling height of about 5.8 meters at your living area. Level 2 is solely for yourself. One of the key reasons why a lot of people love to have duplexes is for the very fact that you want to have a segregation of space. So compared to a single level unit, duplexes are perfect for hosting. And right here on level 1, you're going to experience is that? Because just imagine if, let's say, on the very next day, your spouse is going to work. You want to entertain your friends a little bit later. What can happen is that firstly, upstairs can be a place for your spouse to rest. You don't have to disturb one another. You still have this space here for you to relax and enjoy and chat late into the night. Level 1, being the largest unit, you have this additional study area. This can be a place that can easily be a kid's bedroom as well, because this entire bandwidth right here, based on what I noticed, is actually pretty wide. So this entire room can be a bunk bed and mounted on here. In fact, if you don't really need to utilize the study room, I think this is a perfect place for a stay-at-home office. And of course, you might be asking me, hey Melvin, this is a boutique development, so is that the key reason why the PSF is not as high as the rest? And of course, that's precisely the reason. And if you have been following us on our Nuggets on the Go or maybe on other home tours, we share with you this concept called the volume effect. Now, volume effect takes place when there are a lot of transactions because of high density in a big development. But it also depends on varying factors, like when was the cooling measures being implemented? Was it before or after the 2013 season where there was a TDSR split behavior of bigger units before TDSR and smaller units after TDSR? This project, it was built in the 2007 season. That was before the TDSR season. During that period, most of the units created by developers belongs to the larger fashion in terms of internal size. But when we talk about the volume effect, boutique projects, because of the fact that they lack transactions because of a lower density, they tend to, of course, be the outliers when it comes to PSF performance over the years. Something will happen to the boutique project PSF when it starts to make sense. So what do I mean by this? It will not make sense for this property right here at Urban Edge just because of the fact that there's very little transaction, because a lot of owners are holding on to this project right here because of the proximity and the locale and the fact that it is easily tenantable, walking distance to the MRT station. And because of a lack of volume, the PSF level is still at about $1,800 plus per square foot. If you look at that, then it doesn't make sense. This is a rare commodity. I put in Urban Edge at this corner with 1883 PSF. Your closest competitor will be a 32-year-old 99s project at Marasaga, which was just transacted at 1,009 plus per square foot. If you look at that, then it doesn't make sense because a 99s project is already 1,009. This is a freehold at 1,008. And if I were to just bring in the latest 99 years right there at 3,000 and the latest freehold also at 3,000, then that disparity creates a safety entry benchmark. So what is going to happen in 5 years' time? Van Holland is going to TOP and transacted in the resale market is that those guys are definitely going to ask for maybe $3,300 or up to about $3,500 per square foot, and then Van Holland is going to go for about $3,200 to $3,300 per square foot, and that will then scale the differences in terms of disparity from Urban Edge to that price at about $1,500 to $1,700 disparity. So with that, that creates a lot more room for this project to grow. How about quantum price? This is $4.38 million. Definitely, if you want to go for a normal 3-bedder or maybe a 3+ study in a single look fashion around the freehold projects right here, you have a couple of choices in the range of about $4 to about $5 million. But most importantly is that if you're a penthouse lover, this is a rare commodity. Firstly, size is a rare commodity because this is above 2,000 square feet. Most of the choices that you have, if it's about $4 million range, you can only get about 1,004 to about 1,007 square feet. And you have almost like a 4-bedder, even though we classify this as a 3+ study, but this is almost as good as a very good size possible common room that you can have. Meantime, I need to show you the other 2 bedrooms. If you want to look at this second bedroom, very good sized room that you can put in a queen here. But the fourth way that you can utilize a bay window is to mount a customized queen bed onto your bay window zoning. So when you mount it on, what you can do is that you can free up a lot of space towards this pocket area right here. This is of course facing towards Holland Road, but a plus point is that your children or any family members is so convenient that you can just walk straight out to the main Holland Road area, cross the street towards Holland MRT. So Junior Master, fabulous in terms of size. Now this is of course a space that you cannot do anything because I'm just going to show you. This space here should be a very tall bed head area. Maybe you can install like a pantry. You can open up the flat, store all your linens, all your carpets, all your pillows, additional stuff right here. You can close it up. The panels, left and right wardrobe has already been done. That is a project Van Holland. They are still in the midst of construction, but good thing is that tall trees, canopy, there's a children's playground, there's a lap pool here, there's a barbecue pit. This project right now at this point of filming, 2007 until today, is about 16 years. In terms of what you get for 16 years, this kind of layout is considered like a rare breed. Let me just share with you an example. You look at the latest launch at Terrace, 4-bedder penthouse is the range of probably about 2003 to 2005 PSF. If you multiply by 1,008 square feet, entry level is about $4 million, and of course that is at Pasir Panjang, Freehold as well. But if you look at the disparity, we are in the CCR zoning, that is at the RCR zoning. They are already about 2005 PSF. This is at 1,008 PSF. In terms of disparity, this has room to grow. What I'm trying to say is that the entry price is safe in terms of PSF level and quantum level. I need to show you this ensuite. Pretty similar layout, ventilation window, and of course I think with the $100,000 renovation that you can do a lot of magic. 16年. Sorry, our toast box is here. As mentioned, there's no sacrifice of space. Dual sink, dual burner, oven. The home shelter is right at the back. And then you have the yacht bath right here. Laundry space dedicated zoning. And with $100,000 renovation, I was referring to also changing the kitchen. Reserve probably about $50,000 to revamp the entire kitchen. Flooring wise, you can decide whether you want to overlay with vinyl, including all the bedrooms, parquet, you can overlay them with vinyl. And then do up carpet grass and awning for the top. I think $100,000 will fit the bill. You already have 4 panels here. 2 panels are for your shoe cabinetry. You have another 2 panels to house your DB box. But this has a lot of potential because starting from here, I think you can afford to have a little bit of narrow jutting out here. You can have a very thin kind of display shelf all the way until the end, and then utilizing a portion of it to be a TV console space. And then of course you can enjoy your space right here in the living zoning. Dining space, great. Can fit out a 6-seater. If let's say you want to have a little bit more openness, I would suggest that you can hack down this entire portion here and then pull out here to have like a gourmet kitchen. This zoning flush with carpentry to the top, and then throw in high chairs over here. Then you can still put in your dining table right at this corner. That might be an idea that you want to explore. If not, just leave it as it is because the space at level is already quite fantastic. If you have not seen the 8 different types of layouts for penthouses, head on to PropertyLimBrothers YouTube channel. We break down 8 different types of penthouse layout. Just need to head on to the latest show flats. You realize that developers are really not building duplexes anymore. So this is a rare breed. Beatrice and Zoe, talk a little bit about this house in one sentence.
I think it's a perfect space for families who like to stay near Holland Village, who likes the lifestyle of tree gardens. I think this area is hard to come by for this price at this area.
Every buyer that comes through the door says that this is a beautiful home and they can imagine their family staying here. The layout is really functional for penthouse. I think the most unique thing about this penthouse, it belongs to that category where you have a very good proportion of indoor and outdoor space. Extremely generous and very hard to come by for a duplex penthouse of this nature.
So if you want to have a look at this place, give them a call. Their numbers are right here. Alright, thank you. Testing 1, 2, 3. 大概我们要从哪里 start 呢？我们从2楼吧。大概跟着我们，跟着我们。And of course, so firstly, what can we do with this roof terrace? 16年。16 years, okay. And then kitchen is very good size. Sorry, our toast box is here.